I guess, Brad, how frustrating was it, or what was kind of the emotions after that first period where you guys, dominated the shot clock, but still only had a 1-1 score after the first 20 minutes?
Well, we liked our process. We didn't like the results, so we're going to live with that. I think we had a real good first period. Thought we took our foot off the gas a little bit in the second period, but first period is the kind of hockey we play, and hockey that when we're organized and we're skating, we can put that kind of pressure on teams.
It was a little frustrating with the power play. As good as it looked in that first attempt afterwards, it wasn't as good in terms of moving the puck.
I think the biggest thing is with frustration you're talking about when you're talking to scoring. I think you got to look at the chances you're creating. If you're not creating any chances, then you can't be frustrated. You get frustrated when you're not creating chances. I think we had a couple of goals. Spencer had a wide open net, hit the post, and they just weren't falling for us. So we just got to stay positive in those moments and just keep on banging away.
Are you expecting that many shots every night? 38, 36, 38. Is that the type of offense you want to play all the time now?
Well, I think the biggest thing is through our forecheck, through our pressure is what we want to be. And we want to play with our speed. We feel like we got 4 lines that can play, and I think when we look at our team, we're tailored to skate, and that's really one thing that I think we've got our forwards bought into. As long as we stay organized and we can stay rotating on our forecheck, I think it can be a problem for teams.
Was that a bit of a learning experience of that first period, and then losing that momentum into the second for the team?
I don't know so much losing momentum as say. I think the biggest learning thing is when we can play really well and they got a player like Jagger Fergus on their team and he can be sleepy and he can, took 2 long shifts and he scored at the end of like a 2-minute shift. So he's a real good player, and that's the dangers of Moose Jaw. They got players that can, that are game breakers. And for us, the biggest learning lesson is just being aware of people on the ice and how to manage your shift when you're out there and just that awareness of, situational awareness of what you should be doing with the puck, because too many times when we were on the ice tonight, we had guys drifting in. They were making one pass. They were getting the puck in behind us, making one pass, making it into an odd man rush. And we're all right with that with other lines. But when people like Fergus and Calvert are on there, who both got 40 goals last year, we got to be more mature in those moments and just be more aware.
Both goals tonight, kind of similar situations, 2-on-1 rushes. Just your thoughts about the creativity of both, I guess, on how both those plays, score or setting out especially the first one, then firing the goal in the second one.
Yeah, well, it's 2-on-1. We're in a scoring opportunity. We got real good players doing it. So as far as what we're teaching them on creativity, put the puck in the back of the net. For us as coaching staff, we just want to make sure how we're getting those 2-on-1s, how we're creating those 2-on-1s, and I believe both of those were created through pressure, through a good forecheck, and to us, that's what we're looking to do as a coaching staff. Just establish that space, that time, get the guys the puck, and then when they have the puck, it's their magic to make.
It seemed like the fourth line had some good shifts out there offensively again. Do those early season goals for some of those guys kind of carry into these games here, even though they didn't score tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing is those guys just buying into their identity and understanding how they can work as a line and create offense. When they're cycling it, Barney, Rowan, they're hard guys to handle. Mikey, he's so fast, he can get under people's hands real quick and be on top of you faster than you know it. So Mikey, Barney, Rowan, when they have the puck going north and they're playing off the goal line, that's when they're a real good line and they're as effective as any in the league. But sometimes they're not always getting there, and they have been consistently. I think that's what they've had early season success, is because they played to their identity.
Expecting points from that line?
I think that, if they can get points, fine, we'll take it. But I think the biggest thing, that's when their responsibility is for them to put a 0 on the board against the other team they're playing against. If they can do that, that creates some mismatch problems for Whitey and Howie's line for the other team. So those guys, I think, they bring a lot to our team, and they can change the game up front, the way we run our lines, if they're playing, their kind of hockey, and they're tailoring the game to their kind of hockey. Because the worst, when you're playing against better lines, the last thing they want to do is play D-zone. And when they can create a cycle, and they're pretty good at it, they can be an effective line.
I guess, Tye, did you feel good getting a goal after, not getting that first one on the power play early on in the first period?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice getting one back after hitting a post there. It's a thing of hockey, but it's nice getting it back.
What was kind of the thoughts in the dressing room after that first period where you guys, clearly outplayed them, but still it was only 1-1 after 20 minutes?
Yeah, no, we keep the same mindset as we did coming out of the game. We knew they were going to come strong here, and we know what they can bring to the table. And yeah, they got some guys missing, but that's no excuse for us to keep going.
maybe a little bit of a lapse, maybe you guys that thought you could play with them, and then they responded well in that second period?
Well, it's more so us. We can't let down, and especially in the last 10 minutes there. When we have a tight game like that, we need to make sure that we're doing what we're doing, and it just kind of shows you that Moose Jaw is going to be a good team this year, and they're gonna take advantage of when we're down a bit.
A couple goals for you early. Is that the start you're looking for this season?
Yeah, I mean it's getting the first line minutes. It's nice getting some points up, but that doesn't take away from the team effort, and I'm just doing what I can out there.
After opening up with a pair of wins, this is kind of like the first lesson you guys learned throughout the season, I guess, for tonight.
Yeah, well, we take it as if it's any game out there, whether win or lose. It's we treat it the same. We get ready for the next game. We put it behind us, and we do what we need to do to get ready.
You got them again Saturday. You don't know what to expect this time?
Absolutely.